Mm. He did that early in the archive. Anti-air, anti-air crouch fierce has more time to juggle. So then you can do cold blue kick, and then a flash kick from there. I thought that was a corner only combo until I saw Ring Flares doing it mid screen. It's pretty cool. I think it doesn't work on all characters. And some characters it needs to be anti-air also won't work, but I think it always works on shows. But the cold blue kick is very precise to time. Tried to do stand strong there. Cold blue kick is safe. I think even Ken's reversal super will not punish it. EX1. I think the regular one it might actually punish. Cold blue kick is like Spiral Arrow, but shittier in every way. Just like Spiral Arrow with like a half hour startup. You can space it to hit deeper, but it doesn't really do anything. It just kind of advances you. It's like counterproductive to Remy's entire purpose. It's like not too hard to parry. It's not too rewarding even if you don't parry it. It doesn't do that much damage. Its hitbox is pretty good. What Moogle Pies. It's kind of a move without purpose. I mostly see Remy's die when they use it, to be honest. Like, it's like the Remy will be zoning pretty well for like a while, and then all of a sudden he'll just do a random cold blue kick, and then like it'll be blocked, and then he'll be in, and then he'll die. Remy being in is not usually good. It's okay here because he needs to make a comeback. This is where the Ken chokes, I think. He throws a fireball and doesn't cancel the super. And it's like he was trying to win without using the super bar, but he absolutely should not have done that. There we go, here it is. Fireball, no super. The super would have been great there. A better immediate timing on the fireball would have been great too. EX fireball super was probably the play. And now YSB's on the screen. YSB is bar none my favorite player to watch. Close second is ooh, that fucking parry into punish was so good. Close second is Daimei in Street Fighter 4. Why did he even jump? He probably meant to forward jump? I don't know, fuck. He's getting meter for this. This is good for him. Remy gets no meter from having fireballs parried. He doesn't get any meter for having a fireball be thrown. If a fireball's blocked, it only builds a little meter for him. That's one of the little quirks of Third Strike's engine. They didn't want people to be able to just sit full screen and build meter really easily, although ironically that's still pretty easy to do. So they made it so if you throw a fireball, the meter build is not until the fireball connects with the opponent. And if the fireball is parried, it doesn't actually build any meter at all. It builds meter for the guy who parried because parrying builds meter. You can tell from a lot of the design decisions in Third Strike that they were still reacting very negatively to all the flaws of Street Fighter 2. They were still trying to correct those. Fireballs are very underpowered because of how stupid they were in Street Fighter 2. And like the entire advent of parries is to shut down like the very repetitive play of Street Fighter 2. I had a sandwich today. It was pretty good. It was from, what do you call that place? That might have been a punish. That button has kind of a lot of recovery. Remy's Crouch Fierce. It's quite rewarding if you land it. This dizzies. It dizzied in the last archive. I remember. And then he does the shoot down. Now we're getting into Uncharted territory. I don't think I watched this next match. Or I started to watch it. That super actually does a pretty good amount of stun. About 20% of your stun bar, depending on the combo. If you don't throw, very, very passive play. There's probably a parry somewhere in there. Alpha came out, then Alpha 2, and then I think Alpha 3 like came out sometime around when... It's like Alpha, Alpha 2, Street Fighter 2, New Generation, Alpha 3, and then Second Impact, and then Third Strike, I think. Or it could have been all the Alphas and then all the Street Fighter 3s. Alpha was before 3. Using the jump to go through the mirror. That's masterclass in this matchup. Anti-mirror stuff. Probably pretty basic knowledge for Hugo of its jab though. Or I can go through mirrors with stand strong. Certain ranges of stand forward, but not all. Ooh. Uppercuts are pretty nice because they'll bounce off the mirror harmlessly but have a lot of block stun. Harmlessly is a bit strong. You take damage. but like the opponent basically can't combo you off of you running yourself into the mirror. So it's a really good hitbox plus throw invincibility, and then like, you know, tiny amount of damage. The opponent basically can't make into a big amount unless the mirror's on you. If the mirror's on you, there's nothing doing for any character. Very cool. Very difficult matchup right here. Ah, that was supposed to be ducking upper for sure. That was a pretty nice punish. So Hugo Super 3, for those who don't really play this game, he does some hits, but if you hold the button, he'll like run and then do the hits. And the longer you hold the button, the more he runs. But it has no invincibility at all if you hold the button even a few frames, I think. So if you want invincibility, you've just got to not hold, you just got to do it. It'd be pretty cheap if he could just run at you and be invincible the whole time. Yeah, popping stones and jabbing will destroy a mirror. I think it takes 2 hits if it's 3 stone, but it's only 1 hit if it's 5 stones. And not only that, but that glitches the stones, and the stone glitch is pretty good for Oro. Oro stones have a permanent hitbox if they run into a mirror, which you can actually use to do some cheap stuff. If you have 5 stone, and you hit the stones on the mirror and they have the permanent hitbox, you can then dash up and grab the opponent, and, oh no. The forward grab will combo. If you do forward grab into like immediate, nothing, you don't even need to do anything. The forward grab will combo into stone hits, which you can then combo out of. So you can like combo out of a throw by activating that glitch. That's some Aura knowledge that almost no one knows. I know almost everything there is to know, from what I can tell, about the Aura Urian matchup. I can probably play it just about the best of anyone. I shouldn't say about the best, that makes me sound like a lot better than most of the other players. I can play it at the highest level the way that many other pro players can play it at the highest level. I'm not so clean against like Ken or Yan. Forward grab is pretty good when you can combo out of it. Normally you want to back grab always. Taro Kichi versus Tori. Ugh, a universal overhead on wake up. That's pretty brave. Universal overhead's not bad in this matchup. Chun-Li, it goes over a lot of her pokes, and it gets a little bit of damage. The problem is if she actually blocks one, she can often reversal super punish, but almost no Chun-Li will be ready for that. The thing is, like, it's from a success standpoint, it's very good. The problem is just that it'll almost never. That was really good confirm. Oh, I gotta see that again. Far stand roundhouse on a crouching opponent. It has to be crouching. That doesn't normally work. That was really good awareness. That was insanely good awareness. Who's looking for that? There's no reason not to look for it if you do far stand roundhouse, I guess. On hit, crouch only. That was cool. I think that's a universal combo. I think that works on everyone. Really dud. Something Mura. I know that first one. It's like cat? I think it's cat. Nekomura. They just said it aloud. Literally read like, that's how I would have guessed it was pronounced. The character on the left indicates that it's a furry animal of some variety. I mean, like this part, if you can see my mouse, is like furry animal. And then this is grass, and this is field. So it's like the kind of furry animal that lives in a fucking grass of a field. Something like that, but it means cat. Nice. Neko. And then Mura's village. A very common last name. Like a lot of people have so-and-so Mura in their last name. Because a lot of last names are like where you're from. That punish! That was insane! Anti-air parry into stand strong for the speed, and then DP is fast enough to combo from the stand strong before it can air reset. That was really cool. I've never seen anyone do that. I've seen them do it with towards forward, but towards forward wouldn't have hit fast enough there, I don't think. Stand strong was chosen instead. Ah, he hit a button. That's so cheap that Chun-Li can do that. Got him. That is invincibility. Just a bit. The invincibility goes away after like 3 frames, so if Dudley doesn't hit you in his first 2, or rather in his first... It's 3 frames total, and it's like a 2-frame super. So if Dudley doesn't hit you with his first frame, he can trade or lose. Which is really easy. Like, I, as Oro, can like do like down medium kick, and if I'm not point blank, then even if he wakes up with super, my down medium kick will beat his super. It's more Cat Village than Village Cat. Wow. I've never seen Neko in a name. It's probably not a real name, but just an indication of a name. Something that looks reminiscent of a name without actually being a real one. Like if someone in a fucking US tournament had a name like McFuckboy. What's Savvy? This is Thanatos. Thanatos it. He could have come down with an attack and got a bigger jumping combo there. But he was parrying instead. The thing they don't tell you about parries is that everything in this game, including parries, has an opportunity cost. Especially during jumps. That was a safe overhead. He did it nice and meaty. Ouch. The Studley's fucking plays are on point. If we ever have an anonymous tournament, I'm going to enter as McFuckboy. I guess it would be more like Catsworth. Whoa! Traded. The stones, if you can get any active frames at all, then the stones will have active frames that cannot be interrupted, which will enable you to trade with invincible things. I did not see the Itazan interview. Meaties with stones are incredibly potent. The only problem is if you're trying to meaty something that knocks down on its first hit. Invincible, it knocks down on its first hit. Like Q Super 1, for example. If you like do a meaty there, you can knock him out of it, but he'll still hit you with the first hit, which will knock you over. Actually, I think that one doesn't knock over, does it? Not the last hit. I don't know what. Any super like that. Something invincible that knocks over on first hit. I'm sure there's something obvious. But you can just do meaty attacks that fully whiff and then have the stones hit meaty, like that. That's what I usually do. It's the safest play, but not the most successful. But safe is nice. You don't want to. You want to be safe when you've got the stones up. The stones are pretty good. He really shouldn't have jumped. He should have stayed full screen and just blocked the fireball as soon as he saw it. It was an easy parry from that far out. He got a very high connect, slightly far away, jump hard kick, and he tries to dash in after it for a surprise throw. I think that was deliberate. That stand fierce went so high. This is actually a really cool matchup, which may be related to the fact that may have some tie into the fact that there have been 2 tournaments for this specific matchup. These 2 characters are different, are really good at slightly different things. The dynamic is really cool. They're effective at the same ranges for different reasons. Ryu is slightly more effective from far out, I guess. He can combo from like a low more easily. Or like he's got a far cancel more easily, I should say. Dudley can't do anything from like a far away cancel for the most part, except like a ducking super. She can jump out of that, yeah. I saw it. That was like, his meaty fireball timing was just not there. At all. Literally not there. Brave. Makoto tried to cancel the EX to go through it, but none of Makoto's EX moves are particularly fast. EX dash punch and EX chopper only kind of fast. That wasn't really good. Oh, caught him jumping. Makoto tried to disrespect. He already got hit by the fireball. He should have just like let himself get pushed out by the fireball animation and then go for parry. He was anticipating Ryu to... the thing is, he was anticipating Ryu to not throw it immediately. But the thing is, if he just looked for the parry, he would have been fine either way. And if he tried to jump out, he would have been fine half the time and like punished half the time. It's better not to fuck around with Ryu's Denjin. It's really strong. Ryu gets a fat combo if he ever actually dizzies you with it. And if he doesn't dizzy you with it, that's arguably even worse. That meaty fireball was deliberate. Unfortunately, Makoto didn't actually eat all the hits of the Denjin there. Kuni acted like he was going to get a 4-hit Denjin, and he did, but the fireball went through Makoto before she could parry 4 times, because it was a very meaty fireball. Wow. That's kind of a hard read in this game. So is that. On hit, the thing is, on hit, that would have built the meter to do a super. And then he would have gotten a fully charged Denshin on Makoto's Wake Up from getting hit by the DP. So it was a super high risk, super high reward play. There are plenty of matches that are like Ryu Dudley. Tominaga doesn't drop these except when he does. Tominaga gets these about 80% of the time, maybe 90. He had one more hit there. The hit might have killed. He had how does it go? It's like jump instant fierce or something like that, or jump instant roundhouse. It's like axe kick and then Fukiyage and then jump instant attack. You can super jump cancel any Fukiyage. That's a nice high rank. Oh, that's the end of this video. Is this a calm Ibuki? Yeah, it is. Alright, we got a little bit more. By a little bit, I mean like an hour and a half. Oh, Blood Taunt. That looks very similar to that thing we just saw. I think our... Not that we just saw. That looked similar to the part that I was cut. Dash Punch did not punish. It might be able to, I don't know. It looked like it wasn't a punish at all. I don't know how Ki punishes Shoto Sweep. Shoto Sweep is, like, the limiting factor is range. This is Shinryuken Ken! I haven't seen that animation in a while. Alright, so the thing about Shinryuken is that it anti-airs okay. I'm not going to say great, but it's okay. The thing is, it doesn't have that much invincibility, so like if I jump in kind of high on Ken and he does Shinryuken, I can literally beat it with my jump medium kick. But, it has a nice vertical hitbox that's kind of hard to confirm, so you can't do a lot of the links. Like, if you're doing, like, overhead, you can't link Shinryuken. Or if you're doing, like... I don't even think you can do target combo to Shinryuken, actually. I don't remember. Maybe you can. The thing about Shinryuken is it's pretty strong. It's not as strong as, like, Shinshoryu, but the meter is really short. So it's, like, got high damage for the amount of meter you use, which is very little. It's not a very good super. Ken Super 3 is... Like, none of Ken's supers are that good. Ken Super 3 and its ability to punish stuff and the ability to combo out of overheads is by far the best. None of them are super powerful. The sheer amount of meter that Super 3 gives you, plus the ability to combo out of overheads at all, are both a really rare big deal. So Super 3 is clearly the best for that reason. Ah, that was a fail to confirm. That was supposed to be low short, super again. No, but even, like, it's gonna be hard to tell because of the health of Q. But, like, Ken is actually, like, if you get a parry, you can land it. It's pretty rewarding. It's like a decently strong super. It does about a third of the opponent's health, I think, and it combos from like a lot of stuff. Like you can actually do like, you know, DP into super on cornered opponents, for example. It might work mid-screen actually, especially on Q. Fun fact, if you get a forward throw anywhere on the screen against Dudley, you can actually combo into this super. For most Shotos, it requires a cornered opponent, but for Ken's Super 2, he can do it anywhere on the screen. However, if Dudley quick stands, it's not a combo. Ah, that could have been it. That actually could have been it. If you went for something that wasn't that. I'm really rooting for this Shinryuken Ken. I can't explain it. I want to see him do anti-air super. I want to see him do a reversal super of some variety. He had a kill combo there. It was like low forward EX fireball. He didn't do anything from the jump in. Oh my god, I'm like really rooting for this Ken, to be honest. I can't explain it. Shinryuken is just cool. I haven't seen that ever. Ken lucked out. Q did one air parry and then kept looking for air parries because he was anticipating an EX Tatsu, but Ken just did an air attack. Q was ready for the big thing, so wasn't able to punish the small thing. Cross-up Tatsu is not really any worse in this game than it is in Street Fighter 4 or 5. Well, for the characters that exist 4 and 5. But it's a lot harder to do. Actually getting a Tatsu like that, very tricky. I think Ryu can juggle a strong there. I think he had a juggle. I don't remember. Q is really wide. Normally Ryu can only juggle like Super 1 after an EX Tatsu in the corner. But I think you can juggle a normal on Q. Q is a big body. I'm like fairly certain there's like a launch state where you can juggle Melis out of. He might be able to do like Crush Freeze or something like that even. Ah, big punish. Should not have spent meter. That was like the wrong combo. It's muscle memory. Generally, as Ryu, whenever you get that big old parry, you want to go into an EX combo because Ryu's EX damage is quite high. You want to land that EX donkey kick and make it hurt. Love that combo. This is a matchup where parries are relatively easy to land. Q is one of the more parryable characters, and Ryu benefits a lot from parries. I think Super 1 Ryu is probably the correct pick here. Most players play their Super pretty Japanese in Third Strike. Most people who pick like Super 1 Dudley always pick Super 1 Dudley. Most people who pick Super 1 Q or like Super 2 Q always pick that Super. It depends on the character. You see a decent number of Q swaps Super based on the matchup. Ryu players generally have a specific Super they like using in like every matchup. You can get a chip out with a Super here, especially here. Yeah. That's quite an easy parry, but the thing is, even if he got the parry, Ryu could dash in and throw or dash in low. Yang. Ono D. What does it mean? I wonder if Ono is referring to that Ono. That's how it would be spelled. Yoshinori. Woke up with a TC. It's a bit strange. I mean, every EX move costs the same amount of EX bar in this game. It's nice now that it's segmented. It's actually pretty annoying in this game that it's not. You can always tell if you have EX because the bar only flashes if you have EX. But different supers give different amounts of bar. Like Yang Super 3 only stocks a single EX move. But Yang Super 2 stocks about like 5 EX moves. Yeah, all moves cost the same amount. You can actually see with Akuma's super meter. Watch for it in this match. His meter never starts flashing because he never gets access to EX moves. Or it does, but it's only once you can spend meter that it starts flashing. So it'll start flashing once he stocks a bar. And then he can use a super. I didn't notice that about the flashing bar until like a few years of playing this game. So Akuma has enough to use an EX move right now, but Akuma has no EX moves. Akuma's special moves are so good that they might as well always be EX, to be honest. He basically is a character with like free EX. Ugh, landed on it. His Tatsus are pretty incredible. His DPs are as good as most EX DPs are. Nice! Close roundhouse got both hits. Never seen that. I bet it would work like that all the time though. He could have won really easily with meter, but he managed to win without meter. It's risky, honestly. Like, I know how stupid it is to suggest with that high life differential to use meter to kill, to use a super bar to kill. But honestly, Akuma's super meter is not that useful. Like, you can play without it almost. Akuma's a fine character without using any bar at all. It's Pearl Rice or something. It's Pa. It's not Ba. Paru. Oh, it is that player though. Samurai sounds pretty good right now. Demon! Inside a whiff jump hard kick. That was pretty cool. Got him. Demon has 1 frame startup. I don't remember if it has any invincibility in this game. If it does, it's not very much. Akuma has a permanent 3 supers available. Sometimes 4, depending on which super you pick. Super 1 Akuma has permanent KKZ, permanent Raging Demon, And then also air super 1 and ground super 1. Nice. That hit confirms. And that's safer than... You'd probably always cancel the super, to be honest, because it's a lot safer to cancel the super than it is to fucking let a DP rock. He'd be dead if you let that DP rock. The super pushes you out quite a lot. Orokum is fine. Aura's damage output makes up for any tier differential there might be. I think Akuma is slightly better in the neutral than Oro is. It's hard to say. It's not really any better than Ken. It's not really any better than Oro Ken. That's still like kind of a hard matchup for the footsies. But like Oro's damage is just so fucking high. He only needs 1 1/4 touches on Akuma. Literally, if you get like a good stand strong against Akuma, you get 80% of his health or more. It's a fine matchup. It's probably 5-5. This matchup is really annoying because medium and hard Tatsu. Give Q hell. Good whiff punish. Medium Tatsu and hard Tatsu are both safe if you can't crouch them. And Q cannot crouch them. However, a cool red parry like that one can make them massively unsafe. You can spot that this guy has played this matchup quite a lot. If he's gone for red parries like that. It's basically riskless to go for. You get knocked over. But that one hit, that one Tatsu hit by itself does almost no damage. KKZ isn't a factor in almost any matchup. Raging Demon can be a factor depending on how good your Raging Demons are. Super 1 is pretty good, but never really good. The main setup for it is Light Tatsu into DP cancel to Super, which is not amazing. It doesn't add that much damage. Close medium kick Super is pretty strong. Low short, low jab, low short Super is also pretty strong. This should kill. Akuma's HP is really bad. Q server rocks hurts him a lot. Akuma's taunt raises the damage on his next combo. It's one of the better taunts in the game. It's like top 5 taunts, to be honest. He's not only is it a taunt that boosts the damage on his next combo, but it's one that he actually frequently has access to. Like he has time to taunt. Like if you ever do like light Tatsu, hard Tatsu, you've got a guaranteed taunt. KKZ is retardedly slow and has retardedly high invincibility. It costs both meters to use. It stands for Kongo Kokurotsuzan or something like that. Kongo Kokurotsuzan. It's the ground pound super. Nice. Good confirm. Remy's meter is really important if he's running Super 1 here, but it's not very important if he's using Super 2. Super 2, you rarely get opportunities to land. The invincibility is fucking huge on KKZ, but the start off is very long. It's very long. And there's no way to combo into it because of how long the startup is. In fact, I think you literally cannot cancel into it compared to Demon, which you can cancel into it from everything. Oh, the first hit of KKZ is unparryable, so if you can't take the chip from it, and for some reason you're locked into a range where you can't get out of the way, which is possible, it's guaranteed to kill you. And then also, oh, look up command grab. That was brave. Missed the timing though. If you get it as an ATR, then it's truly unparryable, so it's guaranteed to work as an ATR. It's a guaranteed ATR. However, it is so slow you literally can't do it on reaction to the opponent jumping in. That's how slow it is. JR likes to be a bit crazy with it. He likes to be crazy with the Demon too, I think. Background house. Probably an accident. Or maybe some kind of hard read. The damage differential is so fucking high in this matchup, it's unreal. Every time Q gets a hit, he fucks Remy up. Remy needs like 1,000 hits. This should kill. Remy gets a combo out of corner neutral throw. There's a setup that Akuma has where he does light Tatsu into jab, and the jab air resets the opponent. And super struggle in an air reset, so you can do like a super one there actually and like juggle them like that, and if they try and parry out, you can fuck them up. But it doesn't reset the damage scaling, so it's not like a super rewarding. You might as well just do DP into super and just take the guaranteed setup instead of allowing them the chance to parry out. But against certain characters, Akuma can do the jab reset after a light Tatsu, and then do KKZ, and it'll hit before they land. And because the first hit's unparryable, it's effectively a combo, because you can't do anything coming down from a air reset. Ooh, nice parry. Oh, that was a good bait. This is still like nearly unwinnable. KKZ is good, it's just highly, highly situational. You can use it to out-invincibility almost every invincible move in the game. You can use it to get, like, jab reset for very, very high damage. It's one of the strongest moves in the entire game. Very nice. Yeah, not only... KKZ can instant kill a few characters, it's just that it can one touch. The first hit of KKZ can kill 12. Because 12 takes like triple damage from any hit that knocks him out of X copy recovery. But like KKZ kills crouching Akuma from full health. Is that really a punish? No. It stopped him from turning invisible though. That's probably overall worth it. Oh, here we go. Remy's biggest problem is his damage, so like an X copy Remy is not that bad. That being said, if you're X copying as a Remy, you're fighting another Remy, and the chances of him running you down to X copy recovery are quite high. X copy is a meme. It's literally a meme. It's 12's worst super. Someone who picks 12 and then picks 12 worst super is literally just trying to lose borderline. Or like he's picking it just because it's supposed to be the worst thing in the game. We see a fair amount of like X copy 12 in these archives, but it's literally like, I don't know. It's like picking Dan in Street Fighter 4, but like 3 times that. X copying Akuma is not that bad. Honestly, there are a lot of characters where the X copy is pretty good, but just being able to like wait out the X copy is just, it utterly ruins it. People play against it wrong. You just want to stall. I think he got it. That was nice. Look at that. Look at that emote. That wasn't even the emote, that was the Franker Faces version. Franker Faces version is a little bit bigger. Walk into was nice. Just trying to get a very far away universal overhead so he could link super 2. You get it? That's 2-frame link. Very nice. Close medium kick, link super. I think as a mod you might just have the emotes. I could be wrong. Look at that damage. That was 1 EX. 1 EX plus a throw, he's almost dead. Very brave parry. That was like the right play there. Oh, that dash. He's donezo, dude. He's done. Even when we got that parry, he was in a shit scenario. That's not a hard parry, it was just a guess. Butter. Having to pay the sub fee. Did he really just drive that on purpose? Is that Fujiwara? Didn't we have this? Yeah, it is. It's Fujiwara. This is Super 2 Dudley! Dudley Super 2 is extremely good, but it loses out on the ability to combo from overhead, which is Dudley's best super setup, and also the reason he's a top tier character. Having a low and overhead confirm into super is insanely strong, and it's only shared by Dudley and Ken. You get it? Yum! So the thing about that super is it's technically 2-frame startup. It hits on its 3rd frame. So it's 3-frame startup by new notation. And for example, moves like Ryu's crouching medium kick are -3. And that super goes about half screen in the time it takes to get its 1st frame connect. It's pretty fast, and it goes really far. It's a pretty cool super, but it's really outclassed by Super 1 and Super 3. But like, it actually has some really cool stuff you can do with it. Like that punish we saw. And that. You can't do that with his other 2 supers. You can juggle. Yeah. You never get to see Super 2 Dudley. It's very rare. It's quite good. It's very slept on. Super 2 Dudley is probably like mid-tier, but Super 1 and Super 3 Dudley are both like high-tier. But like, it's not fully redundant. It's not like Super 1 and Super 3 Dudley just outclass Super 2. Super 1 and Super 3 are extremely redundant. They have basically identical setups, but Super 2 has different setups. Ah, both of them parrying. Fujiwara has good confirms too. Oh my god! Oh, it fell! It fell out! It fell out! That's strange. I've never seen that fall out. It's probably because he got such a weird setup. This is stylish as hell. He's still running it. This is hype as fuck. Nikai something. 2 times something. Not being able to combo out of overhead is such a big deal. Everything else about Super 2 Dudley is really strong, but it's 1 frame too slow to combo out of his overhead. His Super 1 and Super 3 are both 2-frame startup. Or rather, hit on 2nd frame. But Super 2 hits on 3rd frame. Yeah, it's a nice little touch. A lot of the mirror matches have special battle intros. Dudley's is the 2 Dudleys having different cars. That was punishable. Oh my lord. On hit stem run house being able to link super. He might have been too far away for a juggle there. That's towards jab. That's a normal you don't see very often. Yang's cat cute. Don't know about Yang's car. Kashi, this is the Ken player. Dude, Fujiwara is generally considered to be top 2 Dudleys ever. And this is fucking Fujiwara running Super 2. This is insanely cool footage. That definitely is punishable by Super 2. I thought Super 2 had a longer bar. I thought it was tied for longest bar. But it's actually not that long. It's like a mid-length. It's like high-mid. The main problem is you can only stock one of them, which is annoying. Got him. The fact that you lose on EX is also a really big issue with Super 2. I didn't even mention that, but that's like a big problem. Super 2, like in a vacuum, Super 2 is one of his, probably his best super. But like what you can link Super 1 and 3 out of. And then like, you know, the fact that you have EX moves. And Dudley has good EX. Dudley has EX Machine Gun Blow. He could have won a lot sooner if he had another super. Because he would have had combos out of both of those overheads. Do you get it? That really works. Any low strong link super? That's crazy. That's dizzy. Any low strong. Dude, this is, I've never seen that name. 671. He might not know. This is Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Unless you two know each other. What a cute little scenario that happens decently often in Third Strike. Very nice. That was pretty good damage. Oh, I don't know if he should have used that, actually. I know it sounds sad to say. But he should have maybe just, like, I don't know. I don't think Dudley actually has a punish without Super 2. The thing is, Dudley's really bad at the thing that Super 2 gives him, which is really far out punishes. Dudley's, like, notoriously bad at that shit. Oh, this is gonna kill. Good lord. Oh, he dropped it. Fujiwara is normally really good with those. I like SF5. I'm gonna have you bad-mouthing it here. This is a pro SF5 stream. Anti-air overhead. The anti-meta. Oh, that target combo. Low short stand forward. Very, very strange one. You almost never see it. I think it's a low only parry followed by a high only parry, which is the only reason it's notable. Oh. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Play SBE in a bad matchup. Ken Hugo is extremely winnable. It's not that bad. It's mainly bad for EX Tatsu, EX Air Tatsu. Apart from that, it's okay. But EX Air Tatsu is a big problem. It's a big thorn. That's nice. Yeah, claps. Oh, he tried to get the combo and missed it. That actually put him in a place where he didn't even really want to be. A back throw would have been way stronger there. Get him? That was shoot down. I didn't even notice. I thought it was Super 3. The animation's different when it starts up. God, what's with these super picks? Shoot down is probably Hugo's worst super, but it's not bad. But it's probably his worst super. Super 3 has a lot of general utility and is extremely easy to confirm. You basically can't confirm Super 2 at all except off of a Ultra Throw. And it doesn't do that much damage in that context. It doesn't do that much damage in general. It's also not invincible, but it is unparryable. So if you do anti-air parry followed by shoot down, it's guaranteed to work, depending on when they attack. All three of Hugo Supers have extremely different setups. Nice. Ah. This is winnable. This is hard. It's definitely winnable, though. There it goes. Hugo's huge in the air. That stand fierce hits really early, and then Ken actually recovers before Hugo can hit him, unless Hugo hits him with light normal, which he's then like unsafe for. Tried to lariat to catch that jump away, but the instant air attack actually beat the lariat. Viper would be really cool. I don't know why everyone's upset. The main problem with Viper is that she was difficult, and if Viper's not difficult, she'll be a pretty interesting character. Honestly, even if she is difficult, that'd be pretty hype for tournaments. Like, I thought we were pro difficulty, right? I thought we thought that Street Fighter V was not exciting. Viper would be quite exciting. I like Viper a lot. My one regret in Street Fighter 4 is that I didn't main Viper from day one. I would have loved to see what my Viper would be capable of if I played her non-stop from the start. The problem is, I felt like it was always too late. Viper's the kind of character where you need to pour in the time if you want the results. Skeet Fighter. That was odd. It wasn't close enough. I don't hate this matchup. This matchup is interesting. Nice and pure. It was a nice pure matchup. Of all the pure matchups in all the fighting games I play, this one's pretty cool. Shadow match is pretty fun in Street Fighter 5, to be honest. If you're like Ryu versus Ken or Ryu versus Akuma, they're both really cool matchups. Ryu fights other Shadows pretty well. Ken versus Akuma is pretty cool too. Shadow mirrors are always really interesting. Wow. Didn't confirm that for shit. Ugh. The fuck was that? Tricky. If he hit that jump medium kick later, I think it would have crossed up, but he hit it really early. That was interesting. That was an interesting scenario. I think if Ken held forward, he might have been alright. The gold Ken. That was double DP. Very, very impressive. Oh, this could kill. He didn't do the cancel. Oh my lord. Alright. He got hit to force stand though. Good lord. That's probably canceled to super. So it wasn't as risky as it looked. Gold Ken had to do some parrying. I would have done a meaty parry, to be honest. But even then, I'm not sure if I could have parried that reliably. The super freeze in the middle kind of fucks it up. Wow, that really punished like that. Was that a punish? Wait, it hit him, didn't it? I think the problem with Street Fighter V is that there's a lot of cool shit that's possible. Like stuff with Ryu's parry, or like Geef's parry, or Alex's parry, actually. Just talking about parries. The problem is it's not worth going for. The risk-reward is too bad. Like, if you only use Ryu's parry to parry very specific things, like Kimmy V-Skill or Mika Dropkick, you're paid off, like, pretty well. But if you start using it, like, raw, like on hard reads, you die. It's not worth introducing it. It's like the cool footsie stuff is kind of there. It's just like, you know. Yeah, third frame would be great. That'd be a great start. If you could break 3-frame frame traps with this parry, that would be really cool. Yeah, Ryu's risk reward is all wrong. Oh, that headbutt. Energy jump headbutt. That was some good charging. I think you have to partition that. Zangief's is kind of worth. It's a lot more worth than Alex's or Ryu's. That's an unblockable. This is another unblockable if he does it right. Dash, headbutt, dash, dash. The grab was anticipating the parry. If he did towards hard kick and Ken woke up parrying, he could potentially parry his way to safety. But if Ken woke up parrying and or if Ken woke up blocking and he did towards hard kick, it was guaranteed win. So Ken like had to parry, but he actually didn't. He woke up blocking, and the grab whiffed because of that. It was like a borderline bad play that worked out. Geef's flex works better with the rest of his tools. The problem is the synergy. Whew. I think the headbutt becomes invincible to lows frame 1. It becomes airborne frame 1. Say that for certainty. The headbutt has a really good hitbox. and a really good like small vulnerability box. But the problem is it won't hit crouchers. Won't hit most crouchers. It's also totally safe. Red parry. He needed that. Ugh. They didn't need to change Gal at all. I don't know why they thought he was weak. Season 1 Gal was already top 5. And then he got buffs. This is going to hit the mirror. Yep. Yum! Look at all this damage! He missed the headbutt. I think that works there. I don't know, actually, in that setup. I don't know how much juggle potential he had. Nash got nerfed by the 8 frame becoming 5 frame. The input lag. That was like the big nerf he needed. Oh, that was cool. He did it deliberately early to get the re-corner. That was actually really neat. Delayed low. A lot of people block low than high because the overheads are slow and the lows are instant. That was dash headbutt. That's partition only. That was cool. To be honest, I've never seen anyone crush counter either Colleen's nor Ryu's parries. I see them get counter hit punished. Never CC'd. So I don't think that would be a huge factor. Most people just don't have the, like, you know. It's because they already don't really use them enough. Colleen's kind of do. But Ryu's don't really use parry enough for people to be ready to punish it like that. This shouldn't be a counter hit state, I guess. But that still wouldn't be enough. The problem is it's still too risky. A commit parry is so much worse than a button press parry. If parries have a whiff animation, they're so much worse. Ryu's does. Parries in this game are parries in Yatagarasu don't. Or like Just Defense in SNK. Parry, crutch fierce. Tackle. Yeah, the short down jab would be nice. And 5 frame command grab is already like kind of pushing it, to be honest. I don't think it's weak. I don't think it's strong in the balance of the game. But like her 6 frame command grab was already good enough. But like now every character has to respect the command grab so much because like +2 into command grab is now like a true thing. You can't interrupt it with normals anymore. At all. Not even a few characters. Nice parry. His launcher is pretty bad. They really need to just buff, buff, buff. That's like the problem. Ugh. Really? Damn, that's stunned too. He's dead. Yurian has kind of high health, but post taunt, he's gonna flatten him. Nice. He went for the light machine gun blow mid screen. Very difficult to not die there. Very difficult. Let's check my Skype really fast. This matchup is neat. I like it a lot. Fujiwara's back to picking Super 1, which is his main super. He runs Super 1 and Super 3 about evenly, from what I can tell. He used to only run Super 1. Super 1 is a little bit higher damage and a little bit, like, more unsafe than Super 3. And the bar is slightly longer. And you only have 2 of them. Those last 2 factors are the main differences. Which makes Super 3 slightly better overall, probably. Hard to say. The idea of a choosable super is such a good idea. He had a bigger combo there. Whoa. That combo's smooth anyway. Don't need any sort of special connect there. Why'd that work? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. One of the best Dudleys. Oh no. Look at that anti-air. You see it? Anti-air whiff jab repeatedly. That has very fucking high success rate. And basically no reward whatsoever. It's just 100% I don't want you jumping. A single anti-air jab does like fucking nothing. But like, it'll just smash anyone just doing jump and parry. Went for the red parry, didn't get it. That would have been basically game if he got it. Did you get him? Oh, a very, very delayed release. I think that was the right play. He should have burned the bar. Why didn't he? Jab anti-air, like a lot of jabs like don't really do well against air normals in this game. But like if someone jumps in parrying, you can just mash jab forever. I like that Fong's V-skill doesn't interact with other fireballs. I'd keep it like that. Giving it block, stun, or hit stun would be pretty nice. Doko desu yo. I'm pretty sure Doko just means poison. Also, that was well taken. Doku, I think, is poison, rather. Which may be what he says. Doko is like, I don't know. Doko can mean like where? It's the question form of Koko Soko. Osoko. Doko. Ugh. I think it's Doku for poison. Let's look at the kanji. Doku desu yo. The way he says it is kind of strange. I don't recognize any of these kanji. Watch out. Watch out. Why is YSB always getting put in these matchups? I hate this. I just want YSB to kick some ass. It's always YSB versus Chun-Li. Oh my god. Power Rice is playing this like perfect too. This is absolutely pristine Chun-Li play. Hugo. He had to super cancel in the middle of that. He had to buffer a super during one of those parries. You don't have that long to do that. His V-trigger would probably be stones and his super would probably be booger. That being said, if his super was booger, it would be almost identical. Nice. If you have to walk at all, then it has no invincibility. And he had to walk in order to get hits there. That being said, if he didn't do any walking, Chun-Li probably would have lost to that by hitting down medium kick. But also that was insanely risky for him to just not use the invincibility. That was actually a tricky scenario at the end there. This is a tricky scenario right here. She's dead. max meter build expose. If it was his EX super too, that would be probably really good. I'd like that. Sand strong 2 hits and then the sun toss. That'd be cool. That's a really cool super animation. Parrying that punish. I think he's too far away to get super 3 cancel to actually hit there. Hugo does not have that many confirms into super 3. That was one of them. 2 crouch jabs. Unfortunately, Hugo's crouch short does not combo into his crouch jab. I think it did in second impact. Ah! That late super jump cancel. That's pretty sexy. He's probably going to chip him out with something here. Nope. He definitely could have supered that whiff. No. He had to go for a hero red parry. Very, very difficult. Scummy. Very scummy, to be honest. What normal was that? Was that close jab, I think? You don't see that normal very often in this game. They swapped the animation of jab and strong for the most part in this game. But the close jab and the fart and the wow. The close jab animation is his strong animation in Street Fighter V. No, I've never held a third strike BAF Cup. I'll play you in third strike if you want to play. There'll probably not be that many entrants. That stomp. It's Shinryuken again. See all the hits? That's one of the supers where if you mash, it does more hits. There are very few supers like that. Necro Super 1 is the other one I can think of. There might be another still. That little fucking super select screen, it says push punch repeatedly. You can actually, with like perfect mashing, it's not too hard to get like all the hits out of it. Yeah, that's quite a lot of hits. That's pretty strong if you have good mashing skills. I'll see him land it against an Alex so we can just look at, like, you know, the damage. Ah, anti-air slash elbow. In the corner you can actually combo that. He maybe could have done... Ooh. Yeah! This is death. Didn't even need the follow-up combo. Some nice Alex play, actually. Oh well, so long for that Ken. Beats in my head. Siren has a really good hitbox. As a general rule, every button Elena has a god hitbox. She is only balanced by the fact that actually getting combos to string together is nearly impossible. Two hits. Sweep has a good hitbox and is very safe. Jump strong. Hits tall characters really well. If you can get tall characters to get hit by it, you get a double overhead jump in. Ouch. Get parried, but cancel into super anyway. This is like still fair, even though Elena's landed like 100 hits. Nice. That has a super good anti-air hitbox. Oh, the slide whiffed. The slide is pretty easy to space to make safe, but point blank it will be punishable. This Alex's name is Muru. Beyond doesn't finish, it's like becomes punishable on hit. Alex's super selection is the worst in the game. He doesn't even have a single good super. The good thing is the redundancy. Guilty Gear has that too. Even if you get utterly screwed over by something like that, even if all of your supers are really bad, at the very least you could just pick the super with the most EX and then just use EX. That's a super good anti-air hitbox. Rhino Horn is a pretty good response to jumps, especially cross-ups. EX Rhino Horn. Not instant though, you need to already be doing it. But that's not too hard because it's not very risky. Or not when the opponent's midair. I think it's quite punishable if they're grounded. Well, Oro can punish it anyway. Oro ducks it. I don't know if all characters duck it. One of the problems with Alex is all his super suck. You also have to consider that he has no combos. All his combos rely on the... His combos rely on the proposition that his... They rely on the notion that you can actually land medium or hard chop, which is basically impossible against a good opponent. His EX are okay. EX chop is pretty good. EX slash elbow is not bad, but it's hard to combo too. EX stomp and EX... EX stomp is like a situational counter, but it's mostly a meme. And then I think his other moves don't even have EXs. EX knee. Alex has 6 special moves. It's kind of a lot. That is absolutely true. He should absolutely have the vacuum effect. That's not the one thing. That's the one thing holding it back in a vacuum. The main problem with Super 2 is there's no setups. Like, what do you do to combo into Super 2? You can't light chop doesn't cancel the super. So you have to use EX chop, which also has no confirms. Literally, like, Alex's only confirms are a punish or a parry, which is basically the same scenario. Raw stand medium kick buffer super, which is really hard to do. And like 2 jabs, which is countered by everything and doesn't counter anything. Alex's saving grace is his mix-up. His mix-up game is actually pretty strong. Clutch medium kick cancels to super, but the problem is that's not a confirm. Well, it is, but it's like really precise. I get why he can't cancel his lows. It's because he's got good overhead and good throw game. Having a good low game would make him pretty strong. What I think Alex should have is just like light chop cancel to super. If he could just do like stand medium kick. No, it's not a link. It has to be a cancel. It's just got a really big cancel window. If Alex could just do stand medium kick into light chop, which is safe, and then on hit he can just react and do like super, that'd be pretty good. Light chop should be super cancelable. That'd be a good start. That still wouldn't be enough. There's a link you'd be able to react to it super easily. It's pretty bad. Stand medium kick doesn't really have. It doesn't have that much like success rate. It doesn't have that great of a mix-up causing it to work. That's the main problem. Like, it's a good meaty from a hitbox perspective, but there aren't really that many things causing the opponent to wake up blocking, or to cause the opponent to stop from wake up blocking, rather. Like, Alex has a pretty good overhead. His low game is pretty shit. There's no real reason not to hold up back, or not up back, but like straight back against Alex. He can't throw you immediately. You throw immune on wake up in this game for a little bit. And his lows just aren't very scary. Remy has that combo. Close medium kick link super. Sloppy, that's a punish. Kind of bad one, but he didn't have any meter, so he didn't have a good punish. Ugh, sloppy. That's kind of like Sun God Kotal Khan. It's a really cool idea for a character in a fighting game. At first I was like, Kotal Khan's an interesting design. I remember reading about him in the MKX comic before I even got the game. Before the game was out. And then Kotal came out, and I played it and I was like, you know what, this is pretty cool. This ain't no DVD. Or maybe it is. Surprised that worked. If you had super, you could have canceled the super there. That gets very low damage, but he only needed a bit. That'd been cool. The problem with characters like that is the question of how it would work with rounds. Reset every round would be fine. It's okay to have a Lucario style character, but it's very easy to create a scenario to create a character who like just gets creamed, or create a character who like is Dark Phoenix, and both of those are pretty awful. Actually, Lucario is probably the best example of a Lucario style character I've ever seen. It's not like he's that good. Smash Lucario, not fucking Pokemon, competitive Pokemon Lucario. Fun fact, in the games, Ivysaur weighs less than half Lucario, but in Smash Brawl, Ivysaur is significantly heavier than Lucario. Fun fact, the Jigglypuff in Smash is a shiny. That's rare, man. It's like 1 in 8,000. Ugh. Mashing SPD. Hugo's pretty scary. Hugo's damage output is pretty high. Nice. Great confirm there. The fuck was that? If Abigail is even real, he will probably not play anything like any existing Street Fighter character. I think they're trying not only to create... The main reason they took characters who weren't in the game... I think they're not afraid to change characters for Street Fighter V. If they wanted Hugo, they would just take Hugo. And if they wanted a character that was different from before, they would just make him different. I think the whole reason they're going for 5 new characters is because they want 5 things that are distinctly Street Fighter V. They want people to think of Colleen and like Colleen, and then remember that Colleen is only available, or Colleen is a relic of a game, and make them feel better about the game for it. Remy's a man, yes. Remy is a dank reference to Iori from KOF. His storyline is possibly a tongue-in-cheek parody of Iori. Oh. Although, honestly, it's more like Mr. Freeze. The jacket's a bit similar. The stance is not so dissimilar. The clothing in general is quite similar. Same voice actor, really? I didn't know that, if that's true. I guess I can kind of hear it. Remy's pretty tall. He's like over 6, I think. Ugh! Low forward and then low parry. I respect that. That's really cool. It's a good little sequence. Beginners always think about parries in terms of like, I'm going to get into parry mode. I talk about that a lot. But the strong players tend to think about moves and sequences like that. Low forward parry. Think about it like that. What does the low forward's -3? Like, what do people do when they see -3? What would Remy do if he saw a -3 attack? He'd probably hit you with like a low short or a low forward cancel to or a low forward or a low short cancel to fireball. Something like that. Or maybe like a low jab or low strong cancel to fireball. So a low forward and then a low parry is like good against the kind of thing he would do there. Remy, it doesn't even take perfect charging. Remy's high fireball and low fireball have different... The rule is you can only have one of a given fireball on the screen at a time. But Remy's high and low fireball are different fireballs for that rule. So Remy can have one high fireball and one low fireball on the screen at the same time. This will probably... Oh, didn't kill. Tatsu's a bit stronger than Donkey Cake. I wonder if it would have killed if he used Tatsu. I could tell playing Colleen. I was like, this is someone's style. Ed, I'm not as sure. But just playing Colleen for like 10 seconds, I was like, this character has appeal. I kind of like her. I play her more than I play a lot of characters. Colleen is like my go-to sandbag character. If I like don't want to cream someone, I pick Colleen. My Colleen is like good enough that I can put up a fight, but not so good that like I can just win easily. She also gives the opponent a lot of time to think about things. So I'm fighting someone who's not like super strong, and I want to like I want to give them a fighting chance. There's Colleen. She's got a super interesting playstyle. I've been getting slowly better with her. Yeah, Colleen feels like a new Fong that was pulled off better. I agree with that. Instead of Fong's shitty little dash reversal and super, she's got like an actual, like, you know, very specific reversal that's not that bad. It's like situationally really cool, but worse than a regular DP in like almost in a lot of scenarios where you'd want a regular DP. But it's not like way worse. It's got like its own little thing that it does. She's still like as weak defensively, but for different reasons. Ugh. Q has an insanely popular design. Almost everyone who comes in here likes Q. Ugh. Crouch Fierce has a really good hitbox for Ryu. Basically, the only way to beat it coming down is to parry it. Q's gameplay design is also pretty cool, if a bit weak. His neutral needs to be a bit stronger. Q as a high tier character sounds really interesting. The closest analog to Q is Hakan. A character with kind of poor footsies. And a special move that kind of buffs him in a lot of different ways. But they're not really similar to each other beyond that. And there isn't really any other Street Fighter character similar to either of them. Does punish. The thing is, Q is like good up close, or rather, he's useless from far away. He's better off if you're close to him. He wants to be near you, but he's not really good at moving or approaching at all. That dash punch is like his one little saving grace in terms of movement, and because of that, his movement is very, very stiff because he can basically only move through the dash punch. That could have been confirmed to super. You can cancel that to super on reaction. It's just hard. Ugh. But the thing is, the taunt forces you to want to go in on Q. Nice. The taunt. Did I say command grab? Because Q has the taunt, you can't just sit back and turtle him. If you do sit back and turtle him, he's going to get 3 taunts up. Alright, cool. I did say taunt. And once he gets 3 taunts up, like, he's actually playing a pretty even matchup with you. Even though he's a bad character, just because he's working with that much fucking health. Q has generously more health than any other character in any other Capcom fighting game. I guess, like, maybe, like, fucking the Giants in TBC would be about the same. Q literally turns into one of the TBC Giants once he's got 3 taunts up. Q has almost double, like, the Shadow health, which is pretty high. He has about 2100 instead of 1200. There's a good chance that Q is not even a human, so him being that tall is not too surprising. You can look at his model that he's pretty huge. That was kind of arguably a bad idea. He was really afraid of getting mixed up. Q's meter isn't super useful. You can use it for dumb shit like that. It's hard to land a super. You might as well do stuff. Even regular Q has like high average health, but 3 taunts Q is just a fucking different beast. That being said, how much the taunts help you is based on how much health you currently have. The earlier you get the taunts, the more helpful they are. The thing about Q is that his he has a lot of stuff that sets up a taunt. Like if you ever get an anti-air dash punch, that's a taunt. If you ever get an EX dash punch, that's like 2 taunts. If you ever get like an air-to-air fierce, that's a taunt. Super 1 is 2 taunts. He went for 1 to get the Oki. Nice. Q is a fucking tank once he's got them all up. You can do some really cool combos on Q. This might be over. No, look at that health! Look at it! My lord! I can't believe he lived through that. Hold on, I want to see that again. That's like a very damaging combo. I can't believe how little damage that did. Oh my lord, that's... Oh. 3 taunts Q. Oh my god, that did so little for a mirror combo. I think if the opponent's doing less damage, they're also building less meter too. I don't know that for certain. Ooh, it might just be based on what move you're doing and whether it hit or not. That same medium kick was well placed. Now he's in a horrible scenario though. He'd already used up the juggle potential there. That was a neat little scenario. Normally this mirror would hit here, coming down. Normally that would hit, but he'd already the combo counters on the screen. He'd already become invincible to everything coming down. Normally you can juggle into supers like this, but he has he'd used up the juggle potential from all those hits leading up to that. So after the air reset, he was done. Yeah, Nikali's a mudman. Nikali's an ancient evil. Nikali is literally an ancient evil has awoken. The really interesting thing is, according to Capcom, Nikali has a decent ability to talk and be social. But whenever he's near, quote, powerful people, he starts getting really wild and crazed. Ooh, that empty cancel. And because every single pro tag is like a powerful person, he's basically always in the wild and crazed mode. I want to have a conversation with Nikali. I want to know what he talks about. Talks about mud stuff. Close enough to the corner. They mentioned that in the CFN. I just can't stop thinking about that. Like Nikali's actually like very capable of talking, but he becomes like incoherent once he's around someone who's strong. Holding down the punch during Q/punch, it makes it an overhead. It's actually a pretty good overhead too. It's safe on block, and if you have Super 2, you can link it. And the Super 2 link does a shit ton of damage. That works on every character too. It has to be an overhead hit on a crouching opponent. You need the crouch. You have more block stun and more hit stun on crouching opponents. I don't know about block stun actually, but definitely more hit stun. I think the block stun's the same. But you do extra hit stun and extra chip on crouching opponents. And extra damage. No follow-up. That would have been almost done. He's dead now. Whoa. We got the sub. That punish could have been way bigger. Nothing. Thank you. Alright, I looked at Manat. Manat. Mana. I don't know how to say that, dude. I had to wait till the fucking the announcer says it. I saw her and I was like, this girl is brown. Instant main, to be honest. Is she next on the list, or is it Abigail? All of Key's grabs are the same. Or what do you mean by all of Key's grabs? His command grab? The only thing that changes is the range. And possibly, I think the startup too. Actually, I think they actually do have... I think they do set up different stuff, now that you mention it. I think you have different follow-ups, but the dash punch works on all of them. I'm gonna take a leak after this match. I've been drinking... I drank 2 liters of green tea in like 1 second. Oh, nice. We can fight, but not right now. Maybe later tonight. Probably not too long from now, once we've watched all this third strike footage, which is probably going to be like another hour, actually. Oof. I don't even remember the context of saying that, but I think I remember saying that. Nice combo. He probably had something slightly more optimal, but the combo... All the pieces of that combo were... The fact that he had like the normal, the special... And, I mean, the jump normal, the ground normal, and the super... Like, no matter what he did, as long as he had all of that, it was going to be about the same. His death. Dash in, stand fierce, dash punch. Yum. No, all of Makoto's command grabs lead to combos. Also, I'll be right back. Here I am. Try and suicide the fastest. That could be really interesting. If like both of you start with knives and like you can try and stab yourself, but you can also like try and knock the knife out of the other guy's hand. There was like a Reddit thread for like a video game where there's 2 people. One of them is like an adult who tries to baby-proof a house, and the other is a toddler who tries to get themselves killed. I thought, Nidhogg, you were trying to move forward. I thought you were trying to kill the other guy. No, I think that game literally got made because of that thread, from what I understand. Cool. Oh, I see. Scary. You have a follow-up here, I think. No, maybe not. Might need a mid-air connect. Might need, like, DP to super. I don't know. I, like, never actually see... I don't understand why that works and why it doesn't. I don't play Akuma. I never had training mode with this game. And by never, I mean I eventually got it, but after I stopped, like, you know... Everything at training mode is with Aura. Like I got it. This guy's good. He's a good Alex. This is a matchup where Akuma has vastly better options in every way, but Alex shits damage and stun. A lot of matchups like this in this game, especially low and high tier. Almost all the high tier characters are like fast, weak characters, and almost all the low tier characters are like slow, strong characters. Super 1 is about as good as Super 2 for Makoto. They're both like equally good. They have different setups. Super 2 you can basically only land raw if you're a god or after a Stained Fierce from very specific positions. Super 1 does a lot of damage. You can land it anywhere after any dash punch, and you can still land it after command grabs and stuff. Sleeping hungry is shit. Waking up hungry is fine. I can't eat late at night anyway. I have acid reflux. Surprised that combo, to be honest. If I'm like hungry at 2 a.m., I've got to eat like super fucking light, or else my stomach tries to kill me. I end up having like half a banana. Just anything to make me not hungry anymore, but also like not upset the delicate balance of my innards. That was nice. Alex could have kept parrying there, and he actually probably would have done... He probably would have done like basically all of Akuma's health if he did the right punish. If he even just got like stand medium kick EX chop super, he would have nearly killed Akuma. Hiroyuki. That overhead is unthrowable. It also is a Kara for his forward grab, and that Kara is quite big. Akuma has a pretty big Kara throw. Any fireball that goes straight is kind of bad. Akuma's air fireball is quite strong. So are Urian and Oro's anti-air fireballs. Fireballs that go straight are usually pretty mediocre. The air fireball is actually really good. The damage isn't very good, and coming out of it's pretty hard. But the control it gives you is very strong. This is really the Akuma that kind of cemented Akuma in later games. This is the playstyle that kind of led to the Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5 playstyle Akuma. I think in both Street Fighter 2 and in Street Fighter Alpha, he could combo out of any Tatsu. This was the game that cemented light Tatsu into DP, which became like the staple of Akuma. Oof. The opponent has no super, they've got to chase that down with like dashes and then buttons. They got to hit it where it recovers. Chun-Li's in a super good position. She can probably chip him out with a super if she wants to. There it is. Never mind. Oh, he went for big damage. Oh, Demon. He might kill. No, not even that close. Oh my lord. Akuma's actually at a big advantage here. Like a really big advantage. Akuma cannot arc those fireballs. He's only got one toss. There it is. No, I think that was all varieties of Tatsu to DP combos in Alpha. I mean, I think he could literally do any Tatsu into DP. Ouch. Teleport is okay. The thing is, teleport is instantly cancelled if the opponent supers. And Akuma is punishable. It's not that punishable though. It's like pretty good. I'll do a first to 20 and fight in herds. God, that killed. That's not a very strong super. Kill on the last hit. Give him with health. Kuma bleeds, man. There's a very famous match video of Hayao Hugo fighting like KO Yan, I think. Ooh, nice. Look at that. That's why that scenario is so good. Anti-air super, like if you don't parry it, you get put into you just eat the super. But if you do parry it, Akuma can put you in the scenario where he makes your parry really difficult and then combos out of it. I could do B&B videos for Third Strike. No one's really ever expressed like a super big interest in that. I've been asked that like maybe 3 times total. Anti-air super is really strong. Anti-air hard DP to super is also really strong. That was probably a car throw. That's safe, I think, against Dudley. Don't think ducking. Oh, he mistook the version. It was a medium Tatsu. He was pairing it like it was a hard Tatsu. Give me some bullshit. You can't react in the moment. You just gotta keep on parrying and pray it's the big one. You can react to not having to parry and tech the throw if he tries to do the medium one and then throw you. What does VR Taihe mean? He does... I'm more interested in bringing Street Fighter 4 back to life. Or I think it's more possible to bring Street Fighter 4 back to life than Third Strike. That was cool. Very tricky. That was cool. Ton of damage. Look at that. You don't see the dive kick very often in this game. It's there. It's not horrible. You can come out of it pretty easily. 5 stone is very, very tricky. This is a ton of damage. A single 5 stone combo just kills Akuma. Nice. Dash and Demon. That was cool. That's really hard to do in this game. There's no demon shortcut. Down forward works for demon motion, I think. I don't actually know. But it has to be a separate motion from like... I don't know if you need the neutral actually. But you have to do all the buttons in sequence well. Enjoyable, nothing. That's a cool little setup. The jab should reset, but the Tatsu hits too fast. It gives you time to taunt, but he didn't even taunt. Oh, he didn't burn that meter. He didn't burn it. He got the super meter on the frame. He got the super cancel on the frame the round ended. He still got that bar. Or it could be glitched. No, he still got it. There's a very specific glitch if you burn a super meter. The frame after the match ends. Or the frame before the match ends, rather. Where it shows you having a super bar, but you don't actually. It deducts the meter, but it makes it look like it didn't deduct the meter. I've only seen it like twice, ever. I do feel like making more Omega stuff. The Omega stuff is actually really fun. I can't believe it took me that long to start exploring it. Why is... what? Oh, it's a calm Necro. Go away, calm Necro. Here we go. Fuck Marble 3. I'm not sure if my Game Capture HD works on the Wii U. There aren't that many glitches in Third Strike. There are very, very few game-breaking ones. Probably the most notable ones are the OTGs on Dudley and the Ken Makoto glitch. They did patch out Gens Infinite. It is gone now. They also patched out the other 4 Infinites. I mean the other 3. It wasn't week 2. It was like a little bit later. It was later than that should have been. I need to finish up Cammy's Omega thing. I might work on an Omega character tonight. I want to have a pretty good list of them done. I want to have like 5 done. Before I start posting them. Right now it's just the Ken one and half of the Cammy one. Nice. What I should make is the video explaining why I want Omega Mode to come back. It would be really great to overlay my argument. Like, have a little bit of slides for my argument, but then overlay my argument over some Omega Mode footage. That would be really cool. I need to find someone else who knows a decent amount of meta Omega Mode. And then just have some relatively interesting matches. Cherry pick really, really good matches. Of me playing against, as an Omega Mode character against Ultra characters, and me as a Omega Mode character against other Omega characters. I think that's the end of this video. So I got 2 more here. What's this font? Kario versus Mijinko. It's a little bit jittery. Quality looks a little lower too. I'm hoping this is going to wear off and it's going to look normal in a minute. Might just be shitty archive. It's fairly recent too. March 9th of this year. This is like very modern footage. Nice clean mirror. Doing the same combos back and forth against each other. I want a mirror specific tech in this matchup. I quite like the pacing of Omega Mode. The thing about Q Mirror is if you don't have a super meter, You can punish any taunt with like a dash punch, but you can also use the taunt as an opportunity to taunt yourself. It sounds really stupid. Very nice. Good spacing. I think it's better to punish taunts than to use taunts to taunt. This footage isn't looking any better after we've watched it for a little bit. Is that a punish? I thought that was safe except on parry. Jump back jab. I'm pretty sure Q's jump back jab has a quirk that it's active for the entire jump, like an ST jab, air jab. Remy says that too. Like DJ's knee shot in Street Fighter 4. Oro is kind of a poking character. He's a bit like Vega. Vega is the character who's the most like Oro. Well, really, Urien is the character that's the most like Oro. The difference is, imagine Vega's down towards Roundhouse. Imagine if it led to giant combos. Then you have Oro. Imagine you have shit like this. He's going for the Mega Baby combo. Jump medium kick into stand medium kick. He actually used a combo that became inconsistent because of just how fucking baby he made it. Doing walk in to stand forwards there makes the final stand strong kind of hard to hit. Oro is a fat counter pick for Q. This is like a 7-3 solid. Maybe worse. This is one of Q's worst matchups, and Q has a lot of bad matchups. Might be an A2. I think even Crota put it as a pretty bad matchup, and he was the most generous I've ever seen anyone be with Q's matchups. He probably put it as like a 6-4. And he was putting like Q Ken as like fucking 5-5 and shit like that. I don't like this footage. Mask on, mask off. Hakan and his oil be the closest. This is a horrible, horrible scenario. A random super is like his best way to safety here. Which is actually not that bad of an idea. Since Q super has a decent amount of invincibility. I don't know if it'd be enough. He might still trade, which would make it horrible. I will watch it. If it comes out, I probably won't play it. This footage is still pissing me off. I don't like the frame rate, damn it. Why is it 360? If I raise it, will it even do anything? No, the frame rate's just shit. Nothing to do with quality. If anything, the frame rate should have been higher to lower for, quality. I'm going to check out the second part of this. See if it looks nicer. If it doesn't, we're just fucked. That still looks jittery. Alright, fuck this. I'm going to find something new to watch. Everyone hold on 1 second.